is a little bit more of a structured type of approach. If we were to look at structure, sort of putting ourselves into a situation that if I were to look at it, something similar to a food pyramid, but translated into a cancer recovery type of a pyramid. The first will be the medical treatment options, which in the case of prostate cancer patients are reasonably straightforward. Active surveillance, surgery, radiation, or hormone therapy. Okay? So that becomes reasonably obvious. My choice, with the support of Dr. Roller, is active surveillance. The second tier of the important criteria is nutrition, followed by exercise. This third tier is attitude, support, and then the last will be spiritual. So I look at it saying that, well, I'm not going to get that deep into the subsequent layer. At least let me concentrate on the first sphere, which is that if I'm assuming I'm going to wait, I'm just not going to wait without any effort on my part to make it better. So we are committed in a way to have a much more healthier diet and definitely a more systematic exercise program. Healthy diet was reasonably straightforward to us, but as I mentioned before, if I look into the statistics of the people from the Far East, why are they 18% less frequent in terms of encountering or experiencing prostate cancer? There is definitely that diet issue, and there is also the exercise issue. By coincidence, our Chinese diet has been very much favored towards a lot of vegetables, a lot of tofu, not that much meat in comparison to America. So we do not drink that much milk. And so to shift from our regular diet to this more healthy diet has been reasonably straightforward. And I pushed the envelope a little bit more by shifting myself all to a near vegetarian diet as well. And it may be a little bit extreme, but I believe it is paying dividends. The other is exercise. I never have been really someone that would enjoy exercise, but I now look at it as one of my treatment options. And there cannot be a better solution. Instead of taking a pill, I would just basically walk for half an hour. It's a wonderful type of arrangement. So a little bit of a recount in terms of what I do every morning seems to be a little silly. I look at it, if I do something like this in front of people, I think I would be looking sort of rather stupid. I got up in the morning, into the bathroom, close the door, and I would take in my first breath and say, boy, am I lucky that I'm alive. When I had my first exhaust, and I say that, boy, I really feel the joy of my existence. And I give myself 3 cheers. Yeah, you can do it. You are good. I'm alive. It's a little bit symbolic, but somehow just give me that sort of mental preparation that I am going to treat today as a new beginning. It's a bonus situation, and I'm going to do the best I can for today. And my goal is to do something. It is a precious gift to have an extra day. Okay. Then I go through the ritual in terms of going to the Y, basically subscribe to the Qigong exercise, helping me to breathe, and then also to meditate. And then we also went through the Gulag scenario to go through the different exercise machine for half an hour to exercise different parts of the body. And then at night, we would, as much as we can, go through a 30 minutes type of walk in our neighborhood. And the feedback is that we are now measuring a pedometer, and the end of the day, and if we can achieve 7,000 or 8,000 steps, wow, fantastic. This is really great. Okay. So that we do. I am grateful that I can really enjoy the music, and I try to listen to music as regularly as I can, because there is nourishment to my soul. I try to sit down about 10 minutes in between times in isolation while smiling. And so these are the type of ritual, and not to suggest that that is a perfect scenario, I unfortunately fall into, in the process in between 9:30 to 4 o'clock, I continue to fall into the trap of watching CNBC and watch the stock market. And I have two computers in front of me, one that has a sticker symbol beaming across, and one with email and instant message. So I'm totally engaged electronically for about 6 hours a day, which is definitely not very healthy. And we're going to change that. So from a longer-term perspective, okay, we do 3 months planning. We don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. I may not even know what's going to happen in a year, but I can predict with some uncertainty what is going to happen for the next 3 months. So for example, when we project to the next 3 months, we are going to Nova Scotia on a photo tour, and then we are going to hopefully play more games, going to read more books, and we are going to spend the month of October clearing up or eliminating the cluster in our house. Hopefully that will translate to removing the cluster in our mind. And then definitely try to learn something new. So that is more or less a basic scenario. So in summary, if I learn from this 2 years of experience, I would consider that prostate cancer is my best teacher. And I am guided by 10 healing principles. These are nothing that is sort of really just high-tech or really unusual, something that's just copied from the respective books I read, but I think has a bearing to me. Because when I tend to drift away from my focus, then I look into this list and say, let me concentrate in terms of getting back to this type of normal scheme. So the 10th principle is that nobody is responsible for my well-being and happiness except myself. I am going to appreciate my body and its marvels. Principle number 9, remember that we have too much that is good to be stressed. 8, whatever the situation is, good or bad, is going to change. 7, laugh a lot, more than I used to, because the healing power of laughter is the ultimate antioxidant. 6, become a big fan of gratitude to all the people supporting me. Brett, you have been inspiration to us all these years. Without having the coincidence that you walked into this room 2 years ago, I don't think we would stand up today with the type of vitality and confidence and happiness that I can enjoy life the way it is. 5th, every cell in my body is actually eavesdropping on my thoughts. I do my best to let go of toxic thinking and emotions which drain on my emotion. Interesting enough, in this high-tech stage, I would think emotion and all the body chemicals are going through this constant text messaging. They essentially